구독 많이 해주세요.
Sitting in California. How about for Davidson? We know the triumphant trio. We've been talking about that all season long. Where do you want to see production from Davidson in this game outside of Luka Brajkovic? Our officials, Bill Covington, Bert Smith, and Ron Groover. It's Soriano and Brajkovic in the center circle. And away we go from Belk Arena on the campus of
here today. In terms of tempo, Fordham would much rather play a half-court style of offense.
Yeah, this is a gritty, a pesky, I think the word that Associate Head
Pack it in, limit driving angles, kind of do some of what Charlotte did earlier this season, which really gave the Wildcats.
Year he got the opportunity to start a bunch of games, and he has not looked back since.
So far, it looks like Mike Jones is going to check in. It's for Lee. I thought it might have been guarding Austin, and that's a challenging matchup for Menenga with the.
They've gotten off to this slow start.
Yeah, and this is a difficult season.
Teen lead for the Wildcats, a 10-0 run. Rams haven't scored in the last 3 minutes and 25 seconds.
He's from England, was a little bit hesitant to get back on a plane and fly home, and he actually instead hopped in the car with Mike Jones and drove the 7
yard on Twitter. And hey, I'd drive that many hours to Minnesota as long as it's in the summer. It's exactly what Nelson Bocha-Edom did as we are back underway. Here's Lee with a pull-up baseline jumper, money. Chris Austin delivers it to
only one guy to not have to double team.
Exactly. Lee finds Menenga, unloads, and Sam Menenga buries the 3. Ty Perry, guarded by Hyunjung Lee. Perry in his second game back, fumbles the ball. Grady lobs it ahead to Grant Huffman, who flushes it down, the freshman.
From Davidson to apply some full court pressure. You know the Fordham guards, that's not their strong suit as a...
The 8-10, that is Davidson's next opponent, by the way, on January 24th at UMass. Fordham lost that game 65-46 as Lee misses the jumper. And
like Ohams, can't go in and get their treatment and get recovered quite as fast.
Hyunjung Lee scores, so then he should, and Coach Neubauer said he's still about a couple of weeks away from returning. Less than 2 to play. Fordham has closed the gap. It's just a 6-point advantage for the Wildcats. Brajkovic.
Him getting block shots, deflections, and tapping out rebounds.
Easy. His shot blocked partially. So a team that certainly can compete for an A-10 title this season. Hyunjung Lee. Awkward shot. Strong. Taff. Grady unloads, and he buries the 3. As the seconds drip down, and we have reached halftime inside Belk Arena. Kellen Grady with 14 points. It's a game high, and he's 5 of 6 from the floor. Davidson.
Right now they're 6th, kind of middle of the pack, and when you pair that with the first 5 threes, now have started the second half by making their first 2.
Menenga saves it.
Create that own energy, and I think that's a big part of what Neubauer was doing, but certainly a different energy and a different sense of confidence, quickness in getting to the rim.
Chris Austin, over the last 4 games, he's averaging 14 points per contest, has 13 today. No effort thus far for Joel Soriano, who does not have a point. Great find from Lee to Brajkovic, and we're tied at 40. Claims the lead 42-40. Lee dishes it inside, and Grady is fouled by the one to present him the basketball, and had a couple of words to say, more than a couple, for his legendary head coach. Had a great game against, off a career-high 24 points. Struggled today, 1 of 8 from the floor. Hyunjung Lee, when he's open, look out. Fordham had a 42-40 lead at the 16:45 mark in this second half. All Davidson. Kyle Rose nearly slipped. We haven't even talked much about Hyunjung Lee today, who's got 6 points, but yet he enters this game as one of the best scorers in the A-10. I mean, quite frankly, one of the most efficient, that's for sure, at 53%. Here is Lee, who scores. He must have heard me. Get worried if you're the opponent. Here's Ty Perry, pull-up jumper inside the arc. Brajkovic feeds Kellen Grady, 24 points, but very efficient 24. 8 of 10 from the floor. So it's been a point of emphasis for this group over the last couple of years.
Well, and philosophically it makes sense because so much of their offense is big, and you have to be able to at least hit those at a decent rate to be able to continue to get open looks inside if that's your philosophy offensively.
Hyunjung Lee, unselfish, finds Brajkovic, who glides to the rim. 73-58 your final score from inside Belk Arena. Kellen Grady's game-high 24 points guides Davidson to its 9th win of the season. The Wildcats move to 5-2 in A-10 play, 9-5 overall.